Formula One's transition toward the 2026 regulations has already exposed how sensitive the power unit landscape will become over the next cycle, with new manufacturers entering, established groups restructuring, and technical boundaries being redrawn. Early development has been accompanied by close scrutiny across the paddock. That scrutiny has intensified as winter preparations continue and manufacturers evaluate not only their own concepts, but also the interpretation choices of their rivals. Even before full on-track testing begins, questions around regulatory wording and technical intent have begun to shape discussions between teams and the FIA. Those dynamics surfaced as attention turned to the internal combustion side of the 2026 power units. While electrical deployment will increase significantly, the combustion engine remains a key performance differentiator. During preparations for winter testing in Barcelona, debate emerged around how compression ratio limits are verified and whether current methods fully reflect real operating conditions. Under the new regulations, the maximum compression ratio has been reduced from 18:1 to 16:1. The figure defines the relationship between the largest and smallest volume inside the cylinder and was lowered partly to make the rules more accessible for new manufacturers. Static checks are currently carried out with the engine stopped and at ambient temperature, which has become central to the discussion. Audi, Ferrari, and Honda collectively raised concerns with the FIA after observing that Mercedes and Red Bull powertrains could comply with the 16:1 limit under static testing while potentially reaching higher ratios when operating at elevated temperatures. The topic was included on the agenda of a technical specialists meeting on January 22nd, which covered multiple aspects of the new regulations, including aerodynamics. Speaking to a small group of journalists, including motorsport.com, Red Bull Powertrain's managing director, Ben Hodgkinson, dismissed the controversy. He said he was convinced the Red Bull unit is within the rules. I think there is some nervousness from various power unit manufacturers, worried that some teams are doing some clever engineering, Hodgkinson said. To be honest, I don't know how seriously to take it. I've been around a long time, and it's just noise. You just have to focus on your own race. He added that Red Bull is operating fully within the framework. I know what we're doing, and I'm confident we're within the law. Of course, we take everything to the limits allowed by the regulations.
I'd be surprised if everyone hadn't done the same. Honestly, I think it's much ado about nothing. I hope everyone stays within the 16 points. That's what I genuinely hope. The regulatory debate centers on interpretation. Article C5.4.3 specifies that checks are conducted with the engine stopped and at ambient temperature, supporting the view that compliance is measured under those conditions. Rivals point instead to Article C1.5, which states that cars must comply with the regulations at all times during the competition, arguing that the 16:1 limit should therefore also apply when running. Hodgkinson also questioned the technical rationale behind lowering the compression ratio. From a purely technical point of view, the compression ratio limit is very low, he said. We have the technology to make combustion fast enough, so the compression ratio is very low. We were able to make 18.1 work with the combustion speeds we achieved, which means there is performance in every tenth of ratio possible. Every manufacturer should aim for 15.999 as far as they dare when that measurement is made. What's your take on this situation? Share your opinion below and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more Formula One updates.